welcome to another collective reading. Welcome to 22 Mystic Shop. At the time of this reading, it's early morning, so I am waking up. Some of you I'm hearing could be doing a wake and bake. I am not. But I did hear that some of the collective could be doing a wake and bake here. The channeled song for this reading is JZ 444. Okay. The song line, the lyric line that stood out to me was, I think it's actually the last line. So you may want to go and read those lyrics. And he says, "I'm never going to treat you the way you deserve." Okay. That leads me to believe I'm speaking to the part of the collective. If you are, I feel that this reading is for divine masculine, but if you are divine feminine, you could feel that your divine masculine's never going to treat you the way you deserve. If you're divine masculine, the super blue moon could be bringing out a lot of tears, a lot of why am I running away? Why am I treating you like that? And I am pulling in the middle of the deck here, Strange Valentine, Love is Strange, and Witch at the End of the World, an important end, a new beginning. Okay, that's giving for me with this. I feel like divine feminine is in particular, but maybe divine masculine, or maybe you're balanced between both energies right now. I do feel that this is like I've released what I need to release, and now there's a new start. Maybe you have a new negotiation with yourself about love, self-love. And for some of you, it's maybe redefining the relationship that you're in. Okay, so I'm never going to treat you the way you deserve. Also, I feel that this reading will be addressing, there's another line about the shame, about what am I going to tell my children when the mask falls away? So it's like the divine masculine thinking about what am I going to have to tell my children about this? So let's see what comes out today. Addressing the shame. Maybe our shadow work around why don't I treat you the way you deserve? Fill these ones. Let's take the bottom of the deck too. Okay, mildew fairy, cleanup time. Those of you that know, what's the name of that deck? It's a Colette. I think her name's Baron Reed, something like that. And it's a wisdom oracle. There's a card in that deck that I'm seeing also that has the stag, and he has like a little feather duster, and it says clean up your act. That card could resonate. You could be pulling that card a lot at this time around this super blue moon if you are a reader. Okay, grumpy red fairy, be your true self. That's like that unmasking energy is recommended. And we have the sea storm. I'm also hearing shit storm. Calm amid chaos. Okay, so I feel like this is the divine feminine out here, staying calm. Could potentially be the divine masculine, staying calm through the shitstorm. I could also be speaking to the female divine masculine, or potentially that part of you. So let's clarify here. What is it time to clean up? Okay, it's time to make a decision. I feel like it's also giving the energy, you're not going to change unless you want to. You're not going to change it unless not only are you shown divine timing, but you make the choice to make some changes to clean up. Some of you, this could be literally like clean your room, clean your workspace. Okay. Eight of Wands. This could be a decision to communicate about how and why and what you're cleaning up in your life. We do have the Wheel of Fortune. For some of you, that could be clearing out like a karmic energy in your life. Deciding to move forward, to work through that guilt and shame, to get a therapist, to do the shadow work. For a lot of divine masculines, you know, they may have grown up in a household where that wasn't normal, you know. Seeking help, getting mental health treatment, those family and parental wounds around, I'm hearing abandonment. Okay, we're coming in here with the King of Wands and the Lovers. Okay, so tapping into your self-love. And also maybe the question here is, what do I need to clean up to show up as my true authentic self in this Lovers connection? All right, let's see how to weather the storm here. All right, calm amid chaos. Let's also pull the top and bottom of the deck. Could be in the energy of anxiety. Anxiety about a new start, okay? So definitely something new here. It could also be like a new version of yourself. Okay, new things. It could be back to school, new career, new relationship. Maybe having a calm life triggers you in some way. You're used to chaos. So this is giving me like you can order up some more sleepless nights, or you can get your, I'm hearing get your ass stable. For some of you, tapping in with your inner child at this time could be like getting a Happy Meal or something like that. So like ask yourself, for some of you, it could be keeping like a journal or like writing on the notepad on your phone, like what are you having anxiety at night? Why are you not sleeping? And then for those of you who are working with a therapist right now, it's like bringing that notebook in and being like, these are my thoughts, you know? Don't be afraid for them to read something like that, because your thoughts are valid and it'll allow them to see like what's really going on. Okay, what can we learn here about being your true self? For some of you, you could have these red streaks in your hair, or that could have been a hairstyle you had in the past. And for some of you, this is a decision to make decisions that allow you to sleep at night, okay? So if you're doing some fuck shit that keeps you up at night, it might be time to let go of that. Okay, being your authentic self. Some of you could play guitar. We have the Hermit. This is the Five of Wands. So struggling. The message here I feel is that you don't have to struggle alone. It may feel that way, but that could be an illusion. For some of you, it could be needing to call in new soul friends. The bottom of the deck, we have the Devil. Okay, so getting out of that energy, getting out of the codependency, addressing your addictions. Maybe it's showing up to an NA meeting today. Maybe this is a past timeline for some of you. This is a reflection on the past. Maybe for some of you, it could be like a physical attraction, physical addiction. It could be an alcohol addiction. Okay, so what are you bound to and what are you ready to release here? I'm getting this heartbreak. Okay, this is like, to me, giving like the female divine masculine down here is talking to her therapist, or it's giving me a daughter speaking to the mother who's just like heartbroken, maybe depressed, anxious, and worn out. Okay, we have the High Priestess, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Going back to the 444 song, you know, it's like you could be up at night because you're having maybe dreams, like dreams or visions about like, what are those conversations gonna look like with my kids when they start asking me real questions about, you know, self-harm that I've done, or I'm hearing, you know, like conflict, intention. I'm seeing like people driving in the car and like a little kid asking like, how could you do that to my mom, or how could you do that to my dad? Okay, so that could be what's keeping you up at night. Either you or someone around you could have I heard I want to suck your blood, so that's like a vampire, right? The vampire line. So like, get rid of that vampire, use your intuition, and if it is a partner or an ex-partner, do your best to rid yourself of that energy, because that could lead you to a lot of internal conflict and a lot of like triggers you to self-harm, and self-harm for you could be more like in the way of the decisions that you're making. Okay, so that's kind of like the shadow side here. I did feel like this was like a shadow cast. So let's get into like the brighter side, or the other side of this. Also, like, go easy on yourself. Is that Adele? It's someone, I think it's Adele, and they're singing about go easy on me. Look up that song and like apply it to yourself. Because you don't need to keep beating yourself up. There's no like value there. If other people are upset around you, it's like, observe it, listen to it, acknowledge it. And maybe you even need a family counselor to like work through some of this stuff. And don't avoid the questions would be like the advice that's coming through. Like, if you're not ready to answer it, or you feel like, you know, the kid's too young or whatever, you can tell them that. Be honest, like, let's talk about this in a couple years when I feel like you'll understand. Excuse me. Or this could be more of an energy of, you know, just like my advice would be like, don't avoid it. Definitely acknowledge it. Okay, so what's your advice at this time? Starting off, I feel that was in the reverse. So dream big in the reverse. Let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. Yeah, let go of smaller thoughts about yourself. Okay, dream big. Perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward. Okay, that's giving us that full energy, new start. chaos energy reverse, and just breathe reverse. Okay, so this chaos is passing. This windstorm is passing here. And it's like, let's just breathe into... I'm hearing your body, like, get grounded, get into your breath work. I don't know about you guys, but the super moon, I felt like I was having, like, breathing, like, just, like, it was just bringing up a lot that was, like, causing tension in my body, and I was, like, holding my breath a lot. So it's like, remember to breathe fully, especially, like, when you're driving, when you're in meetings. Consciously breathe fully when you see yourself, like, you know, resisting or holding that. Okay, practice, practice, practice. I feel that someone who has been watching my readings could be, like, learning a new instrument. Okay, so keep practicing. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. This is also bringing up something I think I just saw in passing on the internet or scrolling or whatever. And it was like, if you do something or research something for 10 minutes a day, you're going to be so much of an expert in that field or in that topic versus people who don't study it at all. And so it's like, what do I want to study? Like, where do I want to kind of maybe, you know, find a mini hobby or expertise? This is in the reverse, spiritual teacher. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. You could have been a spiritual teacher before or in a past life. Or you could have just had a falling out with a spiritual teacher. Okay. We do have refusing to see and vegetarian. A new way of eating gives you more energy, greater health, clarity, and stronger manifestation abilities. Some of you could be getting into vegetarianism, and I feel that some of you could be getting out of it. I personally have been on both sides of the vegetarianism. I know the benefits. I know the risks. Sometimes I switch back and forth. Like right now, I can't tolerate a lot of meat, but sometimes I eat meat, you know, daily. So whatever's going on, check in with your protein or maybe see a dietitian. Make sure you're getting enough protein though. If you are a vegetarian, maybe if you're able to have access to a nutritionist, make sure, you know, if you can, run some tests. Make sure you're getting all the vitamins, all the protein that you need. All right, let's pull 3 more from this deck. Okay, there is that decision card here. Movement, choices, decisions, prosperity begins, and we have surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. There could be a need for more rest. And this was with a business venture. Topping off the deck with the Blossom card. Trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. So some of you could be applying to new jobs. You could be starting new businesses. You could have just met a new business partner. For those of you who work with a regular tarot reader or business advisor, maybe consultant, something like that, check in on the intentions of the new business partner if you don't feel sure or you haven't maybe made like the best decisions and partnerships in the past in regards to business. For some of you, if you're starting a business with a romantic partner, any lawyer is going to caution you with that. So reach out to your business people, your lawyers. If you have a trusted spiritual advisor, reach out to them. Kind of check in with these intentions and then grow. It's like, am I moving forward in this solo? Am I accepting money investment into my new business venture from people that I feel like have pure intentions? So maybe get a layer deeper there for some of you. All right, I'm done with this deck. Let's move on. Again, you know, I'm not a licensed financial advisor or business consultant, so consult with those professionals out there. Let's move forward. What else? Let's get into the final round. What else do you need to know? What else do you need to see that you're not seeing? So I feel like so far in the reading, as a recap, we're getting into like letting go of shame, doing shadow work around like letting go of fears of conversations that we're not even having right now, like potentially with children or future children. It's like, do we need to worry about that right now? Maybe let's let that unfold in the moment, or speak to a professional about kind of like tabling that until we're at those moments, because we can think all kind of fears, but we don't know how those conversations are going to play out till they play out. And then you're going to have to just deal with the aftermath, right? Like when we make decisions that are maybe selfish, or maybe we meet people that take us out of character, or people that pull something out in us, or I feel like sometimes we just want to do bad stuff. We have to deal with those consequences, and they can be serious, but it's also like, I'm hearing what's done is done. So it's like moving forward through that. Okay, let me move my drum. I got my rawhide drum next to me, and my puppy is wanting to eat it, so let's move that. Okay. All right, we got earth, wind. Some of you might want to get into listening to some earth, wind, and fire music. Beauty way, wind, and earth. All right, let's get into this card. I don't know it by name. I don't want to butcher the name, so I'm going to pull it up a little bit closer here. Okay, I don't know this card. Number 40. 40 could resonate with you, or dealing with, or age 40. Dealing with someone who's 40. Let's get into our guidebook here. Okay, so let's see. Do we want to go essence, invitation, or medicine? Let's go with the medicine section here. You still believe that you have been cast out of the Garden of Eden, that you are motherless and homeless. You suppose that you need to work very hard to survive or thrive. It's time to stop suffering. Let go of that old myth and realize you were given the garden to rejoice in and to become its steward. Your melancholy is really a longing to return to the heart of, I think it's Pachamama, but don't quote me. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Listen deeply to the mother who is always there for you. Walk in beauty and honor all life. Okay, so that wind here is coming in to clear that out and ground you. It's time to step into life as, you know, creating a beautiful life. What do you need? Asking yourself, what do you need to create a beautiful life right now? I'm still getting that energy of needing to like set long-term goals and short-term goals, and kind of look at, it's giving in the previous reading, like, what do I want the next 20 years to look like? You could be doing a lot of like financial planning and, you know, different stuff like that right now. Or you should be, like, if you're in pain and sorrow around decisions that you feel shame around, it's like, let's get into our divine masculine. Let's start making plans. Let's start putting stuff in motion, put it on paper, and talking to the professionals we need to meet our goals for ourselves and our families. Okay. That's what I'm getting here. I'm hearing stop and smell the roses, right? So it's like getting into that energy. We've been through the mud, or we're going through the mud, but we're coming out as the lotus, the beautiful flower that sprouts from the lotus. Sorry, from the mud. Okay, when I'm shuffling here, I'm seeing on the top of the deck the Five of Pentacles. It's time to get another perspective about what you've been going through. If you don't feel like you can step up in your divine masculine, that you can manifest, you know, this large amount of money for your stability, like that card's talking about getting out of the lack mentality, and we're following up with the Ten of Pentacles. What version of yourself just keeps following you here? How can you release that old version of yourself? I'm also hearing the T.I. song, The Old Me's Dead and Gone. Okay. Some of you, it's like energetically, let's kill off that old version of ourselves and unmask. Some of you, I'm being called to tell you, you might be at a phase where it's getting into identity creation. Okay. What does that look like? Okay, we'll look it up. Identity creation. Okay, so you can actually create and step into a new identity. You're not stuck in the one you were born into. You're not stuck in the identity of how those around you see you. Okay, there's like in human psychology, it's like relationships at the start are with your caregiver or mother and father. For some of you, you may not have had the mother-father relationship. It could have been, who knows, none, foster care, enter XYZ of your experience. And how those people treat us shows us and forms an identity in our mind of who we are. It's like those people, it's like we're looking into a mirror. So if you have people that didn't treat you very well, never expected much from you, or you to go big places, it's like, okay, well now I'm taking power of my life and my identity, and I want to sit down and do some identity creation here. What does my bank account balance look like? What job or investments or real estate do I need to get into to make this start flowing? There's some videos online too. It's like, look up some videos of people who work as like financial advisors, who look into bank accounts, people who are bankers. They look at and see all the transactions of what wealthy people are spending money on, what they're doing, what they're not spending money on. Go and listen to some of those, because you will find some consistent themes and habits in the bank accounts of people whose identities encompass a lot of wealth. And I'm talking about like physical, tangible wealth. Okay. So maybe work backwards, or, you know, go get a GQ magazine and do a collage mood board if you're not where you want to be right now. Some of you, I do still feel like I have some of those divine masculines that it's like my readings are like a past reflection. You actually are standing in your power with all like your wealth and whatever, but are you like either morally corrupt or making decisions that are making you feel shameless? Or do you feel so shameless that you're hurting others around you? Like there's different stuff going on in this reading. So like kind of reflect. But really I'm seeing a beautiful, for some of you, the new start is a beautiful new start and a new identity. And if you need to wipe out people who refuse to see you in your power, in your new identity, if you need a clear slate energetically, metaphorically, then for some of you it could be time to clean house and really step into this new life. And I'm seeing under that, yeah, this is like killing off your self-sabotage, letting go of any betrayals or ways that you've betrayed others, and coming in your divine masculine as the King of Pentacles. Also the Emperor energy would be, would resonate with this reading as well. The Emperor is all the kings together. One of the cautions with the Emperor is being too traditional, maybe too stingy, too modest, too conservative. Okay, so maybe finding a balance between, for those of you who know the cards, finding your balance between your King of Pentacles and your Emperor energy. Okay, so overall, I'm getting the message there's work to do here. Ask yourself, what's my next best step? Write down your whole list. Write down your research topics. Keep notes. Take your notes to whoever you need to take to. Take your goal. Write down, where do I want to be financially in 20 years from now? Sit down with a financial advisor and work backwards. This is what I want my bank account to look like. What types of things, businesses, industries do people need to work in, invest in, manage in to get to this point? And then look at what makes you show up in as your authentic self, and what industries make you feel good to talk about. I own this, I work in this, whatever, while staying humble. I'm hearing the Kendrick Lamar song, something about sit down and be humble. All right, I'm gonna leave the reading right here. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for being in the reading today, and I'm sending you a lot of blessings on your journey here, and I know you can absolutely create a lot of beauty in your life. All right, I'll see you in your next reading.